And welcome along and welcome back to the Old Stream Farm. It is March and look at all this wonderful space we have here. Yes, it is time to get the brand new vines in on the farm and expand our vineyard even further. This is going to probably add about a third to, well, actually, no, it's probably going to add about half again to twice what we already have on the farm for vines, which is just a huge amount. One problem we do have, though, is all of these rocks. We've got all these stones all over the place. I think that they might be small stones, so we could possibly roll them in if we wanted. But let's have a look. Yeah, we've got patches of small stones all over the yard. I want to get them out of the way and get them moved before we go and install our new vines. So we're going to need a rock picker, I think, to get rid of these. So let's head up to the shop. We'll use the G series for this. Because it should be big enough to use the smallest rock picker, and it's not going to be very much that this pulls up and gets, but it is just going to mean that we don't damage our harvester or any of our equipment or anything while trying to work these fields, and yeah, means that we get a nice clear ground to work with. I spoke a little while ago about whether I didn't know if I was going to hold on to this tractor and all of the grass equipment we have. I think it's worth doing at the moment and holding on to the smaller grass jobs where we end up having to spend money to do them or lose a bit of money to do them. It helps to not have to go through that process and keep a bit more cash for ourselves. So yeah, I think it's worth holding on to that at the moment. Now we need a rock picker, a stone picker here, and we're going to go with the smallest Dagelman, the Signature 7200. We're not going to buy this because we're only doing a small job with it, so we're going to lease this instead. Only going to cost us 1,275 to lease it. So that will allow us to get that done. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This should be very nice and easy to get these stones out of the way. We won't bother taking them down to the stone crusher because I don't think they're going to be worth anything anyway. And it will just clear the yard up enough for us to go and get our vines in and get them growing. And get them growing nice and early. Good thing about getting these vines in this early is that it's going to allow us to harvest earlier as well. And one of the problems we had this year was that we just couldn't harvest our stuff early enough. Now, is this going to work? Now, this seems to be scrub mainly here, but there are bits of stone. So let's unfold the stone picker. And I don't know if this will just work on ground or whether it will actually work on stones that are just randomly about. If it doesn't work on stones that are just randomly about, this might be the biggest waste of money. Oh yeah, it's not actually doing these patches of stones. So this is fairly pointless. And we needed to do that. I did need to try this out to check that. Now what I'm going to do is still hold on to it because we may find that we will need it for the vines once they're down, or maybe these stones will just disappear. But I need to get myself to a good point, and then we can start planting vines. So the plan here is to start at the top end here. We're going to continue. Yeah, I'm looking at this. I think we can add maybe a couple of vines to there. Looking at the distance there, looking at the distance there. I think we'll add a single vine there. And then we're going to extend this one all the way up to the same point. And then we've got the same thing here where we've got a tree in the way. So I want to build it around the tree. Again, giving ourselves sort of that single square that we have. I think it's about 2 vines distance. Let's just check this here. Is that 2 vines distance? Yeah, it's roughly 2 sets of vines distance. So there should be a good spot. And we'll go through the middle here like that. And yeah, £5,000 a pop at the moment. But it's going to get more expensive as we get back into the field. Now let's have a look at this. So that one is directly in line. So the next one here, that wants to come out. And then I think at this point we can go up to the end up here. That is too far. Yeah, so we want to bring these to here and into that space there. And then I think we're far enough the other side of the tree. But what I'm going to do to make sure that we're in the right place is put that there and then extend this out at this end. So let's... Oh, will it not allow me to... No, there we go. Right. And we're actually going to be replacing the road along the end here. So how far out do we go? We go... That's interesting. I want to go to that sort of distance. Which I think... How has that got... So that's 2 there, then another one, then another one to there. Okay. And all the way across here. And our length is now up to 9,000 per row. And the new road I'm going to put in is along the top of the bit that's cut in here. So roughly where these bushes are is where we're going to put in a new road. But that is a huge amount of vines that we're adding. Right across the top here. And yeah, so that's where I want to stop. We want to add a road across there. And I think we're probably good to stop. Can I fit another road? Yeah, I can. I can do another road there. And that will probably be the most I can go there. No point in doing... I can do a little area here, but I don't think there's much point. And we can rework things there. Leaves us with 92,000 to do this area out here. It's quite a big area, and I want to get my line right. So, we want to make sure that we are... Our compass... is exactly on 0. The closest I seem to be able to get is 0.2, so it's a little bit difficult to place exactly. I'm going to try and get it. Somebody did give me a way to do this before, but I can't remember exactly what it was. There's no snap to... for the orchards. I might see if I can find one quickly. Unfortunately, having a quick look, I wasn't able to find anything, so looks like we're going to be doing this manually. I have a 0.2 and I have various bits that I can go on to do it. There is a... Well, there is a sort of setup to the textures, so we might be able to use that. Right, let's grab orchards. Let's try this again. And the way I want... I've got a little bit more play at the far end. So I'm going to start it at this end. Right where I want it to be, which is here. And I'm going 1 row in. And yeah, we can take it right up to this point here. I think that is probably pretty straight. Get this in the middle. Yeah. So, looking at this, that looks pretty straight to me. So, I wish there was some indicator or something that tells me exactly how straight my orchard lines are. Right, that's a little far over. So that will be fine. We'll be right up to the edge of the orchard with our road, though. And we might have to redo the road slightly at the far end. But in both cases, I think that's fine. Yep. Right up to the edge there will be okay. And now we can just put the rest of these in. And fit the area. And then we'll fill in with the grass at the edge when we're done. And we've finally run out of money. I'm quite pleased, though. We've got a good amount of vines in here. And yeah, look at all of this. It's been a fairly square field that it's turned out as. But in general, I'm really happy. We are right up to the edge of it there with the road, but that's fine. And similarly, right up to the edge of it here with the road. We've got a few little patches, I think, to fill in with some grass. Just to even things out a little bit. And then we've got this small section up the top here that needs doing. I think I can probably fit one more full row of vines in here. So how much more money do we need? Let's just have a quick look at this and see where we are. So as I said, I want to put in a full row from here. Oh, it's very difficult to tell. So it is 105. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So about 1,800 for that row. And then some much shorter ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So about 1,000 across for 3 more. So I think we don't need a massive amount more money in order to get these in. And it being March, we have options as to what we can do. So yeah, let's see exactly what those options are. As always, of course, they are to do with getting some contracts in. But there's not a lot of contracts about. For once, we don't have any baling contracts. There's just nothing in here for baling. It is all fertilizing stuff. Now, if we were to take on fertilizing on field 40 and fertilizing on field 2, that would probably do it. I would lose 337 using the equipment for field 2. And I don't think there's any more. Yeah, there's no real options other than that. So I'm going to borrow the equipment for field 2. And I am also going to accept the contract on field 40. And hopefully we'll be able to turn around and get that done fairly quickly. Let's take the Land Rover up to the shop and see if we can get this job done and get a little bit of money in and hopefully finish off these today. So if there's one thing we've learned in this series is that planting vines is really expensive. Thankfully, actually sorting out our stuff for this contract shouldn't be, because we have the shop big bag loader up here. So let's grab a couple of big bags. I think, yeah, we've only got these ones. And we don't have enough money for them. Can we borrow any more money? I don't think we can. Let's have a look in here. I think we're maxed out on our loan. Yeah, we are maxed out on our loan. So, yeah, back down to the farm, because we've got to find another source of some money fairly quickly. I have an idea, though. We do have a couple of things kicking around that we might be able to sell and get ourselves a little bit of fertilizer. Certainly, I don't think we're going to need more than one big bag for this. So, things we can sell. We've got almost a full pallet of eggs. We could sell some wool, but I'm not going to sell that. I think this is our best bet. Look at this. Once again, lettuce to the rescue. In fact, we could probably sell this and afford the remaining vines. So, yeah, let's go and hook up a trailer. Let's turn the lettuce into some more money. And then we can go and do these contracts. Seeing as I've spent a load of time over the last couple of videos loading up and delivering produce like the lettuce. In fact, we've sold lettuce for the last... In each of the last 3 videos, I have just got it all loaded up and sort of spared the entire process of this. Because we want to get this done quickly. Ideally, I want to get this sold, get some fertilizer, and get our projects or our missions contracts done as quickly as possible and finish off those vines. So there we go. Now this might give us enough on its own to finish the vines off, but I do think turning a bit of fertilizer, putting a little bit towards fertilizer and then using that to increase the money even more is the best way to go. So yeah, we are going to go sell this. Oh, where is the best place? Best place right now, and we're expecting a price drop on this, is still the farmer's market. Although, not a massive price drop. That's actually still a really good price. And yeah, we're easily going to have about £14,000 off this. More than enough to get the rest of our vines done. Yeah, in the end, it was just under 14,000. I think it's about 13,500 we made off that lettuce. I should go to the lettuce as the first thing. It is the thing on this map that has saved us more than anything else throughout the whole time. So let's grab a big bag of solid fertilizer. I can't believe with the little value or the little amount that we're going to get off these contracts that we're gonna need more than that. Let's go and grab this and the bag lifter. This of course is the shop only front loader, this little Kubota. I do like this a lot. I like everything from the Kubota pack, to be honest. I don't think there's a bad piece of equipment in it, and it all works so well. And of course, we are not far off the release of the Vermeer pack. That should be out next on Tuesday. I'm actually recording this well in advance as I'm on holiday at the moment. And yeah, from when I'm recording this, it's about a week and a half away. From when this video comes out, it should be, hopefully, coming out the Saturday before release of Vermeer on the Tuesday of next week. And yeah, if this goes out, if this fails to upload and I'm not able to get it out until after Vermeer releases, of course, that'll be different. But yeah, very much hoping that this video should be out just before Vermeer is released, and very much looking forward to that pack. We're not going to be using that on here. We will be using it on on Stone Valley from next week is the expectation. We'll see how far we get. Right, let's load this up though, and yeah, this should easily be enough to do this contract. You gonna let me unload this or not? Let's try and open that up again. There we go. There we are. Yeah, the automatic opening and closing of the cover sometimes gets in the way of you actually unloading the stuff into it. Right, we're going to park this up, and 1,000 litres of this should be enough to go and do the 2 fields that we got to do. Field 40 and Field 2, which as far as I can see from the map, are completely opposite ends. So Field 2 is right by our farm, whereas Field 40 is a fair way in the other direction. So we're going to go and get Field 40 done first. I don't think it's going to take many passes. We've got a 42-meter spread on this tractor. And we do have GPS, although my rule of not using GPS on tractors that I don't think are old enough to have it comes into play. So I'm not going to use GPS for this job. What we are going to do is come onto here, and should be fairly easy. Is that going to go right to the edge? Yes, it is. Fantastic. So with any luck, we'll be able to get through this pretty quickly and yeah, get the extra money. If we turn £1,800 into well, 5,000-6,000, that's only a good thing. This isn't going to take us much more than 3 passes, to be honest. I think we're almost clear of this field. That went through the middle of it, and then over here and on, and I think this will reach to the edge. Yeah, in fact, we've probably got a fair whack of overlap with that, so gonna move over. We were well over 55% complete at the end of that. I think it must have been like 60%. Maybe even 66% complete at the end of that last row. So I'm expecting us to sort of complete this at any moment. I don't have the contracting mods on here that I have on the others. Which is interesting because I now feel like I'm flying blind. What I do want to do is we'll turn this right down to the minimum spread for this last row. Yeah, 98% complete. There we go. So, last little bit. And then, at any moment, contract on field 40 complete. Perfect. Right, now let's head up to field 2 and get that one done as well. Field 2 is just up here on the right. As we pass our farm, it's on this field here. In fact, there's the entrance. Perfect. Looks like they're trying to grow cotton on here this year. I was very tempted to take on a cotton contract towards the end of last year. There were a few kicking around on here, but I figured that actually we had a lot of other stuff to do. And plus, I want to get towards next year's harvest. We're pretty self-sufficient on our farm now. And, yeah, don't need to do many contracts anymore. This is purely so that I can make sure we have far more than enough money to get these last couple of vines in here today. And once these are in, we will be in a really good position. I mean, we are going to have a fairly big vineyard for us at that point, which is going to take quite a bit of managing in order for us to make the most of it, like making sure we get the grape juice out of the factory. There we go. Turn that off. This is going to complete in 2 rows. I'd be surprised if we don't get the 50% complete flash up in a moment, if it hasn't already. Right, and away we go. There we are. Let's try not to leave a small strip in the middle of the field, because this will reach pretty much all the way across. Yeah, this is going to complete this contract before we get to the bottom of this hill. But there we go, 76% complete. It's going to complete at any moment as we reach the bottom of this field. Of course, small field means it completes a lot later. But it still has, and yeah, 2 nice, easy contracts. 218 litres of fertilizer left from that 1,000 litre bag. So we will head back to the shop. We'll return all of this equipment. We will get a nice rebate on the fertilizer we've got. And yeah, we can then go and plant the remaining vines. So into the shop. And we'll just park it up over here. Yeah. They like to give us stuff over there, but I don't want the long walk back to the shop. And yeah. let's pop in here and complete the contract. Quick and easy. 2,250. So we end up with 2,244 with a reimbursement that matches our leasing costs. So let's collect on that. And then 3,465 as well. So connect on that. And yeah, well over 5,000, 5,700 roughly. That's really good. That's going to give us a very big boost as we go back and plant the remaining vines that we've got to plant today. And yeah, this is going to up the amount of work we have to do with our vineyard considerably, because as I said, this is somewhere between adding half as many again and as many again vines to the farm. It is a huge amount. I think we're going to be nearing 200,000 spent on planting new vines this year. By the time we've finished, one thing I am going to do is quickly go and check the fields for where we have planted these, if we have any stones kicking about. No, I think the stones were basically just decoration, and yeah, that was a little bit of a waste. So we'll return the stone picker. But that is good to know. If you're using this map and you see all these stones about and you're going, oh, are they going to damage my farm or my equipment, or do I need to get them picked up? You can't pick them up. The equipment does not do it. So into the least, and we will return that. Yes. Other than our harvester, oh, it's our bale wrapper that we've got that's leased as well. We need to start making some money off that then, if we're going to keep that leased. Right. Let's plant the remaining orchards that we've got here. We have 17,000. This here is going to cost me 5,300, which is what I thought. And then we got 3,100. Wow, that is actually more expensive than I thought it was going to be. And will that fit a harvester down? That is going to be tight. We'll see. We may have to get rid of those end vines, but that is going to be very tight to get a harvester down that end bit there. It should do. I mean, it's marked up to the edge. But yeah, that is going to be a very tight turn at the end here. We'll have to keep a close eye on that and carefully work these vines. But it does get us another row of vines in. And then we've just got these bits here. I want to put some grass in, but I think we need to really get the vines done a little bit more first and worked a little bit more. Let's get our tractor away as well. That has been a very successful vine planting today. It has worked really well. I'm pleased that we managed to get the extra little bit of cash we needed and get all of this field done. And we're going to head up here and finish off where we started today, having a look around at, look at this. We now have vines as far as the eye can see. How gorgeous is that? And with that, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.